Hey guys, just wanted to reach out to you today and talk a little bit about Gemini. I've been jumping on, playing around with it a little bit. I'm pretty impressed with what's going on. Uh, there are some hiccups here and there, depending on who's using it and what you input. You may get a little bit of pushback on some things, but for the most part, I think that's me and not the system, because I'm still trying to figure out the prompts and so forth. Quick example I wanted to show you. I created this hammer and nails salon, and I just had to generate fictitious numbers so we could add something to work with, right? So we come in here and it generates some basic numbers for me to work with. I came down and asked for a trend analysis. The salon has seen substantial growth across all service categories, with haircut, coloring services leading the way. Probably pretty cool for your businesses because it really does narrow down what you're looking at without having to get too in the weeds with all the numbers. It's pretty good at determining what's going on. I had it take that data, visual chart representation, and I'm just going to go through the pipeline of what I did here, because I was going to do it live time, but it does take a while and it stretches out the video. You guys can play with it, obviously. Hop in there, have some fun with it. As you can see, it kind of kicked out some pretty good pie charts. Also got one with a bar graph that you can kind of zoom in and out. Now, the good thing about these graphs and charts are you can click on this and it should be for all your charts. You can view in the table and you can get the data directly, and you can actually export it directly into Google Sheets. And if you guys remember when I was talking earlier about Gemini, this is the whole concept of Gemini, right? It's making it a one-stop shop for all of your products. So you can export it to Sheets. You can come in here and you can customize what's in here. You can change the titles. You can select what you need, and it'll do kind of on the fly changes to your charts. And then you can download it as an image if you want to put it in a presentation. If it's something for like an investor or something you want to present to other folks, you can always do it as an image so it can't be manipulated. Scroll down. Let's see. We went through a couple. I said, hey, let's explore a couple different changes. Give me a few different other options. And each person learns a little bit differently. Each person absorbs knowledge a little differently. So this is nice to be able to just do several iterations of this fairly quickly, and it's pretty good. I came down here, got a waterfall chart to show a couple other metrics. And then I came down here and I started kicking around, give me other numbers, and we'll kind of see considerations. You can go in here and kind of read through some of that stuff, but just neat stuff. I cycled away from like a business thing, more of like a bigger, we did like a national debt versus deficit here. And so this one was kind of hit or miss depending on how you prompted it. So originally I asked this one, show me the national debt over the last 10 years, and it actually gave me an error. And then one time it actually gave me a link to where to find the data. But if you just put it in, show me it in a table, generally it'll pull this stuff up. And then once you have this, you can see right here that I asked it to, visualize this data. Same thing, gives you the option to export it. So here's the national debt. And then we wanted to take it one step further, show me the national deficit over 10 years. This is kind of where you have the hiccups, right? Still learning how to answer this. And then I said, okay, here it is right here. So put the last 10 years of national debt into a table. Boom, no problem. And you can go down here, you can copy this. This stuff's still all here. You can export it to docs. Don't forget that stuff's there. If you want to share the actual chat, you can go in there and share it as well. I told it, okay, now I want to make this data cumulative. It did a great job of actually consolidating all the data, right? And I'm scrolling through it pretty quick because I got one more thing I want to show you. And then I got to combine it into a visual chart. And then again, it was kind of, I can't assist with that. Again, probably a prompting issue. So I went back up and generated another prompt that was a little bit more inclusive. Sorry for the quick scroll here. So this one's generate a chart that shows the national U.S. debt over the last 10 years. Compare that with the national deficit. National debt should be cumulative and the deficit should be shown each year. So that one did a pretty good job. Again, stuck it in a table by year. And it actually even gives you till the last time it was reported, which is super awesome. Gives us very current relevant data. Again, Gemini's pulling the most relevant data it can off the internet, which is an added bonus for you if you need anything that's newer or up-to-date information to make some of your decisions. So this kind of kicks out a couple different charts. Let's see here. think, oh, there it is. Okay. So you can zoom in and manipulate these. Don't forget that. So I had both of these come up. And then so for here, I told it basically I want to combine it into one chart, right? So I had this decent representation. I like it. And then I told it, hey, let's make both data sets a line graph. Did a pretty good job of doing that. And then as I noticed, okay, well, these are really close unless you zoom up. And it gets kind of busy down here. I want a little bit more delineation between my data points. So I just basically told it identify the data points of the dot. And so now we have, an easy way to kind of hover over these and get the data there. So I just want to share that with you guys. It's a great tool. I'm still figuring out a lot of the stuff in here. More to come. Reach back out. Tell me your thoughts. Start feeding it some data from your businesses and kind of see where it gets you and what stuff you're coming up with. Stay tuned for the next video.